Jude Bellingham made his official debut for Real Madrid on the 12th of August. Since then, he's gone on to score 13 goals and deliver 2 assists in 13 games. He's basically having the same kind of goal-scoring productivity as Ronaldo himself. So, might Bellingham currently actually be the best player in the world? Well, that's what we'll look into in this video, so make sure to stay tuned. First of all, we have to look at why Bellingham actually manages to be this crucial for Real Madrid. Last year at Dortmund, he only scored 14 goals and delivered 7 assists in 42 games, playing as an out-and-out central midfielder. Now at Real Madrid he plays as more of a 10, you could even say as a false 9, which is why he gets more into goal-scoring positions. It's not like he's suddenly become that much better than 1 year ago, it's just that he fits into Ancelotti's system perfectly. He has the right intuition to be able to make runs inside of the box, and that's perfect for players like Vinicius, Rodrigo, Modric and Kroos, who can all find him when he makes a run forwards. His finishing is really good as well, and he can really just be at the right place at the right time. He's actually a great striker. But what makes him that special is that at the same time he's also a creative 10. He has the ability to pick out anyone with any pass, to see things that others don't, to do things technically that most players aren't capable of, and with fast players in attack like Vinicius, Rodrigo and also Fede Valverde, that's a huge weapon to have. He's really Real Madrid's main creator together with the likes of Kroos and Modric at moments. So he's basically Real Madrid's goal poacher and the one who needs to finish the crosses, while also being their main creator. It doesn't stop there though. His shooting is that good that if you give him too much space, that's just another thing that he can hurt you with. And if Real Madrid don't have the ball, he's really good at recovering it. He's got the awareness to know where to be able to recover it, and his tackling is very precise. So when it comes to ball recovery, he's very important for Real Madrid, and he wins a lot of balls back high up the pitch. A lot of these qualities, being able to win the ball back, being able to see passes that most players don't, being at the right place at the right time, originates in the fact that Bellingham's positional awareness is phenomenal. He understands how, where and when space is created, and that's really just the kind of thing that the very best are born with. Overall, that means that you've got a player who's both your finisher and your creator, who works hard and wins back balls, and who's simply the heart of Real Madrid's current team. He's definitely special. But is he the best in the world? If you take a look at some other players like Griezmann for example, who's got 9 goals in 12 games up till now this season, at the moment of making this video at least, he's actually somewhat similar to Bellingham. He plays as Atletico Madrid's second striker, who roams in between midfield and attack and is both a goal scorer and a creator, also works hard to win back balls, and can also make the difference with pure individual class. When Joselu plays for Real Madrid, Bellingham has exactly the same kind of role, to roam in behind him, show up in the box and create. If you would ask most people who's currently better between Bellingham and Griezmann, they would say Bellingham, even though they're really just as good as each other right now if you ask me. Also, Bellingham is the kind of player who doesn't really have to play well to actually make a difference. He just needs one opportunity to show his class. That's enough for him, and that's typical for the very greatest players. But that also means that an actual mediocre performance of him can go under the radar because of one moment of individual class. He doesn't have to have a good game to make an impact, but the problem with that is that if he doesn't play well, in most cases Real Madrid will lose, as it automatically means that the opponent is probably in control over the midfield and dominates the game. It's only in the minority of cases that his individual class can turn the game around for Real Madrid. A lot of you know by now that this is exactly what happens in El Clasico. Bellingham wasn't really involved in the game, until he just had a tiny bit of space and was able to shoot. That shot, it was world class, but in most cases he tries that, it doesn't go in. So a lot of Real Madrid fans have become a little blinded by how great that one moment was, cause in the game itself, Bellingham wasn't all too good. But it's about the result, right? Who even cares about those first 70 minutes? Well, it's just, if you play that game again 10 times, Barcelona will win it about 7 times. And Bellingham not being involved enough will be pointed towards as one of the problems for Real Madrid's lack of chance creation, because they didn't create a lot of chances for a long time. And in the long term, there will be another 10 Clásicos and other big games. If Bellingham wasn't involved enough and didn't play that well of a game and Real Madrid lose, don't say I didn't warn you. We might have gotten a little off topic. What's my actual point here? Well, Bellingham can still become better at maintaining the possession for his team and knowing where to be to make Real Madrid dominate the play. That's also a duty that false nines have, and is something that he didn't do well enough against Barcelona. Also, because he was man-marked by Gavi, who was the best midfielder in this game and didn't allow Bellingham any space to really create. For Bellingham to be called the best in the world, I think he should become better at really being a constant part of the machinery in midfield, making his team dominate the ball and creating chances. Right now, he still depends too much on his individual class and those moments that he can really stand out. On the other hand, that's typically what defines the very best, but as a false 9, more than as a pure attacker, you want to be involved in the play just like midfielders. To be the very best, you of course need to be better than the likes of Mbappé as well, and I don't know if I would pick Bellingham above him in my team right now. Also, there have been comparisons of Bellingham to Cristiano Ronaldo himself, but what is more interesting is to actually compare him to another player who played as a false 9. From 2009 to 2012, Lionel Messi played as a false 9 under Guardiola and scored 173 goals and delivered 71 assists in 168 games. In the meantime, he was also better than Bellingham when it comes to making his team dominate the play in midfield and being an overall nightmare for defense all game, better at creating, better at having those individual moments of class. He just had a higher goal scoring rate. He was better in all areas of football basically, even recovering the ball. Under Guardiola, Messi was great at winning balls back, and that was a huge weapon for Barcelona back then. It might be unfair to compare anyone to Messi from 2009 to 2012, but with the way that Bellingham has been getting praised, it's inevitable that Messi is the one you have to compare him with. He played in a similar role as well, and this just makes you realize two things. There have been better players than Bellingham, and also Messi might be an unfair comparison. But right now, is Bellingham the very best? No, I think he can still become more complete, he can become better at being an overall danger all game long, and there are players out there like Mbappé who are still more decisive, and even midfielders like Gavi who have proven to win the battle in midfield against him. That was it for today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and feel free to share your own opinion in the comments down below. Força Barça, Força Bellingham, and have a good day.